Based on the text, how would Behrenfeld and colleagues, text 2, most likely respond to the conventional wisdom discussed in text 1? Text 1. Ecologists have long wondered how thousands of microscopic phytoplankton species can live together near ocean surfaces competing for the same resources. According to conventional wisdom, one species should emerge after outcompeting the rest. So why do so many species remain? Ecologists' many efforts to explain this phenomena still haven't uncovered a satisfactory explanation. Text 2. Ecologist Michael Behrenfeld and colleagues have connected phytoplankton diversity to their microscopic size. Because these organisms are so tiny, they are spaced relatively far apart from each other in the ocean water, and moreover experience that water as relatively dense substance. This in turn makes it hard for them to move around and interact with one another. Therefore, says Behrenfeld's team, direct competition among phytoplankton probably happens much less than previously thought. So text 2 highlights how the misconception may be that the phytoplankton don't really compete with each other because they're so tiny and spaced so far apart. And text 1 highlights how the ecologists have been befuddled by why phytoplankton live together, but they don't really they don't outcompete each other. So, option A says, by arguing that it is based on a misconception about phytoplankton species competing with one another. This seems to be correct because the text 2 highlights how the phytoplankton are so small and microscopic that they're spaced so far apart in the ocean water, and this water is a really relatively dense substance, so they don't really interact with each other and they don't really compete. So it highlights how these phytoplankton don't really compete with one another. So A seems to be the correct answer. B. By asserting that it fails to recognize the routine replenishment of oceans' nutrients prevents competition between phytoplankton species. This is incorrect because text 2 does not describe how the ocean's nutrients are being replenished, so B is incorrect. C. By suggesting that their own findings help clarify how phytoplankton species are able to compete with larger organisms. This is incorrect because both texts are discussing how phytoplankton compete with each other, or don't, and doesn't discuss larger organisms, so C is incorrect. D. By recommending that more ecologists focus their research on how competition among phytoplankton species is increased with water density. This is incorrect because text 2 describes how phytoplankton species competition is decreased with water density because water is a relatively dense substance. So D is incorrect, and the correct answer is A.